Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. They've got over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Jumbled, your favorite podcast about nothing. I am the best host and everybody's favorite Zach.
Yeah, I'm also the best host, named Zach, with a K.
You know what? You are. You deserve that K, dude.
Thanks, man. I love that K because it reminds me of you.
Aww. You know what? It doesn't even bother me anymore because I know you're just doing it to get under my skin, so I don't even let it get to me anymore.
Yeah, it sounds like it's getting to you right now just by you making a point.
You know what? I cry myself to sleep every night, but I don't let you know at all whenever it's happening.
In my defense, I did not do very much Zach writing in episode 100. I was
not in episode 100. We got our fill of Zach writing in college, right?
Ooh, zinger. I'm going to get a lot of Zach writing next time I see you, because you have lost how much weight?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even stepped on the fucking scale.
God damn it, Zach.
I know, dude. I know. It's hard to fucking change my ways, all right?
You see, you changed your hair, though. You look good. Is that how you're cutting weight? You're just shaving your head shorter?
Yeah, that's how I do it. No, I did. I got a haircut. So I go to a barber. Mm-hmm. You go to a barber?
I have a stylist.
Okay, of course you do. You got a stylist. Do they also do nails at this place that you go to?
No, they're just hair. But like, you know, there's different styles of cutting hair, especially men's hair, and shout out to Velvet Style in Calgary, Omar. He's my man. I've been using him for actually just about since we graduated, 2011, maybe 10. And what I like about Omar is I don't tell him anything. I literally sit down and say, Omar, I am a blank canvas for you to express your art. Make me beautiful.
And he never fails.
No, never fails. I mean, I fail him regularly, but he never fails me.
Yeah. I always feel weird going in to get my hair cut, and then people are asking me, you know, what I think looks best. It's like, I'm not the one cutting my hair. Like, you...
Yeah. If I knew that, I would fucking do it myself.
Right. It's like, you know, if I'm working on a computer, just relate it to my everyday job, if I'm going to work on somebody's computer, you know, I don't want a guess as to what it is if it's an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need an accountant to give me tips on how to do my job.
On how to restart the computer?
Right. So it's just, by the way, went to school for 4 years to learn how to tell people to restart a computer, pretty much, which I think is hilarious.
I learned why that works.
Yeah?
I think. I don't know.
What do you speculate?
Doesn't it like clear the RAM cache, which causes slowdowns in like how your computer processes? I know nothing about computers other than I turn them on, and when they don't work, I punch them.
Yeah, so it does clear it clears some memory caching, but you know, it also just, you know, a computer's just like anything else. It can't just be running all the time. You know, like every once in a while you got to give it a fresh clean slate to work with.
Yeah, I think I read something about, I don't know, I'm going to fuck up the terminology, but like micro corruptions or something, where a program starts having little errors and they just start compounding, and you keep running that program, they keep compounding, and then when you restart your computer, it basically reboots from fresh.
Right.
Basically clearing that path, you know?
Yep. So basically how I'm relating it is my the person who cuts my hair is the professional in that in that scenario, and I just let them do whatever they think looks good. I'm like,
that's the way to do it.
Dude, just fucking take my hair, and here's what I generally do with it, and fucking make it look good.
Make me look beautiful.
Yep. So, but this time I couldn't go to my barber because they closed at 1 p.m. on Saturday. So I had to go to Sport Clips, which is where Joe goes.
Yeah, we can tell that.
Clips. So I went to Sport Clips, and actually, I mean, it was pretty nice, but it was like the full treatment, you know. They fucking put a hot towel on your face and whatnot, and shampoo your hair at the end and all this stuff, and it was really nice.
So they waterboarded you and then cut your hair, and then
pretty much
scalped you.
Yep. And this is a toupee that I'm wearing right now. It looks nice. Very similar.
It was the guy before you that they scalped. They just swap scalps, so you guys get different hairstyles.
It's a scalp swap.
Oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Like wife swap, but with scalps.
Sure, it's sort of like, you know, how barbers started off. They were doing like bloodletting and stuff like that for, you know, it's you know, it's an offshoot of that.
What an interesting way to diversify your business. I am kind of a doctor, but I'll also cut your hair and give you a shave.
Yeah, do you think that's where what's the name of that fucking Johnny Depp movie?
Sweeney Todd?
Sweeney Todd. I know it wasn't a movie to begin with, or it wasn't a movie originally, but I think that's sort of, it's funny how they play off of that. It's like that shit was actually happening, like not as severe as Sweeney Todd, like wasn't like.
Yeah, but that was the idea of the spindle or whatever. It was they used to like hang bloody rags to dry, and then that just became like
blowing in the wind. Yep.
It's pretty crazy days, you know. You think about it. Two versions of humans ago, the world was such a different place.
Dude, isn't it? That's completely strange to me. It's like, you know, if we're saying people live to 100, which is very rare. But let's say 80, and that's even high.
160 years ago.
Yeah, like 160 years ago, what was going on? You know, that was fucking 1860.
Well, I don't even think we invented the fork yet.
Yeah, we were still eating things with twigs
and our hands, which is my preferred method, by the way, especially soup.
You like eating soup?
Oh
with your
yeah,
hands?
you just make a little. You take your hands and you turn them into a bowl.
Yeah.
And then you dip them into the bigger bowl, and then you just splash it on your face.
Like it's water from a creek.
Lap it up, shake your head, you know. Make sure your eyes are closed. Pro tip.
I like to imagine this is like cream of chicken soup or something that you're eating, like something really thick.
Yeah, or you know, some miso soup or
like a chowder or something like that.
I do love me some chowders. By the way, I have just been going hog wild on the diet the last little bit, which has been quite exciting. So as you maybe remember, I have a tournament this weekend.
Yes.
And I cut down to make a weight class, and then found out that they merged my weight class with the unlimited weight class.
Right.
Which sucks because now I'm going against some big boys. But is nice because now I can eat pizza.
That's true, but didn't you just fuck yourself up?
Yeah, I did kind of fuck myself up on Saturday. This is a great example of when you don't listen to your coach, bad things happen.
Yeah. So you got in an amateur boxing match and you took some fucking shots.
No, not quite. I avoided getting punched in the face and instead decided to sprain my knee.
Ugh.
Which is wonderful. Sorry, Mom, you're gonna be pissed. Yeah. So Friday, or what day was that? Yeah, Friday was supposed to be my last day of hard training. And then I had some free time, and I decided, I'm gonna train Saturday, even though it was supposed to be a rest day. And then in my head, I had the plan of just going and kind of doing some drills and light rolling and taking it pretty easy. But when I got there, I was feeling pretty amped up and doing some a little bit more high speed sparring, and I twisted my knee pretty good. And then how shock works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know that you did anything initially.
Well, I knew right away because I heard this disgusting pop. And then I like sat down and told my training partner that I needed a minute, and he knew right away what it was. And then I kind of looked at my leg, and then I looked at my right leg, and I looked at my left leg. It was very much a Jim Carrey moment, where he gets shot in the leg with the arrows, and I was like, ah, ah.
Yeah.
And then I kind of chilled for a second and was like, I think I'm okay. And this was literally 15 minutes into my training session. And then I stood up and kind of gave it a shake, just a little shaky shake to see if it hurt at all. And it didn't feel great, but it was okay. And then I kind of walked around on it a little bit and was like, oh, it feels a little loosey-goosey, but it's not unbearable. And then I did a couple pistol squats and was like, yeah, okay, it's there. So I finished training, did not slow down. Also bad. But had great rolls, felt good.
Yeah.
Got home, and then my knee swelled up, and it sucked. So I've been, icing it, and I have it taped, and I've been wearing my brace for the last couple of days, and it is getting better, so I don't think it's too serious. A close friend of mine is a physiotherapist. I call him Dr. Vance, even though he's not a doctor. He still gets mad because he's adamant that he's not a doctor, but he's a doctor to me.
Yeah.
So I send him pictures of my leg. And like, this is what my normal leg looks like. This is what my bad one looks like. And then I took the app and I was drawing on it where my pain was and what I was doing. And he's like, well, technically you should probably sit out for a month and go get an opinion from someone who can actually touch your leg. But here's what I think. And then I said, cool, thanks. That sucks. I'm not going to deal with that. So I just wore my brace for Saturday and Sunday, and I wore it today, and then I went training today, and it felt not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's doable, and I trained pretty light today.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so, T minus 5 sleeps. I got 5 sleeps to heal up, and, I'm just going to inject it full of a bunch of steroids or something and go to town.
Yeah, a little bit you just put some HGH in it. I think you can put directly into your knee.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be fine. Also, you jacked your ribs up too, didn't you?
I did get a little bit of bruised ribs, which is also real fun. Which I didn't, really realize until I was driving home, and I was like, man, it's really, like, it kind of hurts to breathe right now. And I thought I was, maybe having an asthma attack or something. And then I got home and went to shower and was like, oh, you can see where that knee was across my ribs because it's imprinted perfectly. Yeah. So moral of the story, listen to your coach, kids, and don't be an idiot. And yeah,
go 200% within the last 2 weeks. Just like fucking double it up. Everything gets doubled.
Well, I mean, the last 2 weeks is okay. It's the last week that you should, start tapering a little bit. So I just have to have a little bit more of an aggressive taper. I'm taking tomorrow off, and then I'm going to do some more light training Wednesday and just positional drilling. And then I might go in Thursday, and I'm taking Friday off. And then, Saturday we're just going to go give it our all.
Hey, man. I have faith in you, Johnny.
Thanks, bud. I think it's going to be okay. It'll probably still be tender, but it's improving pretty quick, to be honest. I don't think it's as bad as I originally thought. I think I just kind of scared myself a little bit with the sound of the pop. And it didn't bruise, which is a good sign, so I don't think I actually tore anything. It's just, a good sprain. A little stretching of the tendons. They say stretching is good for you, right? That never hurt no one.
I mean, I feel like stretching had to have hurt someone at some point, right?
There's been actually a lot of really interesting research right now in sport medicine about the negative impact of long stretching prior to physical activity, where it stretches and over relaxes your stabilizing muscles. and then leaving you with a higher risk of injury because you don't have the tension on your stabilizing muscles.
I mean, makes sense to me.
It does, which makes me think about all the times, the years playing football where you would stretch for 30 minutes before you'd go get hit. And then makes you wonder if that made taking all those hits that much worse because you were, super limber. Whereas now they say, like, get your heart rate up, do a little bit of stretching, and kind of some jumping jacks kind of stuff, just getting the blood flowing.
Yeah. Sure.
And then do a really good post-workout stretch, which a lot of people ignore, but is very critical to recovery. So light stretching early, go ham, and then, a nice chill stretch on your cool down. But the most important thing, Zach, is, like you said, always go 200%. Go ham.
By the way, you never responded. Hold on. Before we get into that, I want to say my approach to stretching is I don't, and then I just fall over like I'm a baby. You ever seen a baby fall?
Face first?
Just completely rubber, dude. Like a baby falling down the stairs.
Oh, beautiful.
You ever seen some stuff like that?
No, I've not pushed any babies downstairs, so I don't know what that looks like.
I accidentally have. It was my own baby cousin.
That makes it okay. It was your cousin, not your kid, so you weren't legally responsible for it.
No, but I felt awful. This was like I had my youngest was a baby at the time. Mm-hmm. And so but it was one of those things where it was like the little one was behind me, and I didn't know that. Like, she had like waddled behind me, and somebody had like was walking down the hallway, but there wasn't enough space between them walking past me, like in front of me, to get into the next room.
Do I need to stop you before you admit to a crime here?
No, well, the kid's fine now. I mean, there's no
That's
problem.
That's what every murderer says.
The kid's in a better place. No, so I moved back a little bit. I took a little step back and bumped the kid, and the kid went all the way down the stairs.
So I have this thing.
But it was more shock than anything.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I have this thing. I think kids are getting out of control these days, and I'm just becoming like a crotchety old man, as we've discussed numerous times. And I'm a large human.
You are. I can vouch for that.
And heyo, and
I wasn't even going there, but see what Johnny thinks of himself there.
Yeah. So, and I just grew up as a kid where, if something or someone is bigger than you, you don't, put yourself in a position to get run over by it. Yeah. If that makes sense. But I find kids these days, like, parents just let them do whatever the fuck they want.
It's true.
And it drives me nuts when I'm walking in the mall and there's kids just running around and they don't pay attention, and they're so used to the Red Sea parting for them.
So you just walk straight through a crowd of children.
I'm getting to that point where I'm just not moving for kids. Mm-hmm. And if a kid gets knocked down and falls on his butt and realizes, oh, there's this giant human that I just ran into, maybe I shouldn't do that. Because that's happened where I'm literally just standing there and I would make this conscious effort to dodge this rampaging kid, and then I would bump into a display stand, or I'd bump into Allie, or I'd bump into someone else. And now I'm just like, you know what? I'm standing my ground. Here is the stand the ground laws, and I'm going to be here. And if your kid is going to run full speed into me, that's too bad for that kid.
Get ready to get shoulder checked there, little Timmy.
I mean, I'm not going to like drop an elbow into a kid's face or anything, but if he runs into me, I'll try and, catch him if he's going down hard, but
you'll do a Hulk Hogan leg drop on him though. You won't throw an elbow, but
you'll do a fucking message. Although I say this, and then I had this moment in when we were in Vancouver. We were at this donut shop, which was amazing. Another nice thing about not needing to worry about cutting weight now.
There you go.
I ate 3 giant donuts. Ooh, baby. Anyway, so we were standing. There was a lineup for this donut place, and I was just, you know, that awkward spot where you're not in the building and you're right at the door, and you're kind of like holding the door open. So there was a person. I was the next guy. So the guy in front of me was holding the door with his foot, and he gets enough space to go in, and he decides to walk in right as this little kid, being an idiot, is like running out with his donut in his face. And starts running out this door, and out of the corner of my eye, I see this door closing with the handle, this giant metal handle that is face level for this kid. And I'm talking to someone, and I just catch this out of the corner of my eye, and my light, like I had weird dad reflexes, which I love watching those videos, by the way. Where I saw that, and I just slow motion was like, I see this door closing, didn't think anything of it first, and then I see this oblivious kid stuffing his fat face with a donut, running out the door, and then I see this metal handle that's gonna like rip his head off, and immediately just like ninja just throw my hand out and stop the door. Kid runs under my arm, and the dad like comes around the corner chasing his kid. He's like, oh my god, thank you so much. I was like, yeah, your kid could have died there, and maybe it should have happened, and that would be a lesson to all the kids.
Jesus, man.
But I did the right thing. I saved the kid. He wouldn't have died, but definitely would have, you know, maybe blinded him in one eye or taken out some teeth, which would have made that donut a lot less enjoyable. I probably would have just eaten it for him and said, "Ha! What did you learn?" But that's my stance on kids, and that is why I don't have kids.
And that was parenting with Jonny, guys.
Yeah, sometimes it's okay to let them fall, you know?
No, I am 100% of that mindset. I think you're not doing it right if you let your kids like completely, you know, if you completely shelter them from getting hurt. You know, kids are supposed to get hurt so they know what not to fucking do.
Exactly. I was in Home Depot the other day to stay on this topic, and I was, you know, reading the back of some light bulbs or something, trying to figure out which lighting I want, and there was a kid playing in a cart and kept standing up, and the dad was like, sit down, you're gonna fall, and kid's like, yeah, I'm a kid, I know better.
It's so true.
And then just kept doing it, and the dad kept sitting him down, stand up, sit him down, stand up, sit him down, stand up, and then finally the kid fell off the cart and just smashed their head on the concrete. It made a pretty gross thud, and I had a moment where I was like, ooh, that's definitely a concussion. But you know, kids' heads are soft, so it, you know, just kind of formed to the shape of the floor and whatever. And the dad didn't fucking like react and just looked down and said, I told you so. And the kid wanted to cry, and he was like, he did not react. And then the kid looked like it was going to cry, and then kind of recovered, and then realized that he was okay, and that, well, maybe I should listen to my fucking dad. Yeah. And I was like, good job, Dad. You still might want to take them to get checked out because they smashed their head real fucking hard.
Right. Yeah. No, I take that approach with my kids too, you know. My kids have been acting a fool recently, dude. Okay, so my oldest was in Girl Scouts. Yeah. And she got tired of it, and so
that's fair.
Because all they really do in Girl Scouts
sell cookies.
Just sell cookies, but it's like a glorified arts and crafts hour, like a weekly arts and crafts hour. That's really all it is.
They're not really doing outdoor things, eh?
Right. They don't do any of that stuff. So she got out of that, and the Boy Scouts of America recently just shifted things around where they now are allowing girls to be able to rank up and eventually earn their Eagle Scout. Although the Boy Scouts of America has, in some way, shape, or form, had girl like tiered system or whatever for a long time.
Yeah, interesting.
It was not possible for them to get to Eagle Scout rank. Yeah. So that was the big change recently, but we're looking into it. We went tonight to sort of, it was like a question and answer sort of thing, And my wife is gone. She's, well, not gone, but she had a thing tonight, so I'm dadding it all on my own, with 2 kids tonight. So I took them both over there, and of course they're both just complete lunatics outside of my house. Like, inside the house, they know what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do, what the constraints are. But then if I am somewhere where I have to sit and I don't force them to sit next to me, they're just monkeys everywhere. Dude. They're just little monkeys. So they're like, and there are other people's kids there that are acting fine, And of course my kid is the one that's like on the ground rolling around, and I'm talking about my oldest. Mm-hmm. She's on the ground rolling around, or she's running up and down the aisle and the whole place is shaking. And then of course the my youngest is like running right after her because she wants to be like big sister.
That's the thing to do, man.
Yep, big sister doesn't understand yet that she's supposed to be
a role model.
A role model for her, exactly. And so my kids are acting like complete lunatics, and I'm just like embarrassed,
Yep.
Beyond all, recognition.
That's why you got to stick out that leg when they're running up and down the aisle, and then just face plant. Well,
and it sucked too, because it wasn't. There were only like 2 of us there, so it wasn't like there was a group, like a whole room of people that were interested in this. It's still relatively new enough and small enough, and there's still people that don't
figuring it out,
but there's still people that are like, I don't think that girls should be in the Boy Scouts or whatever, But that's the thing, is they're not combining the groups yet. Like, there's separate packs within the troop.
Yeah, so she'll be with all girls.
Correct.
Until the high school age, that's when it's really good to merge them.
See, that's the same argument that like that everybody has, is like, oh well, they're just gonna be, the pregnancy rate for girls and Boy Scouts is gonna go up. It's like, well, number one, if you're not raising a hoochie, or if you're not raising a man whore, like,
yeah. If you teach your kids about, responsible sex education and how to be a respectful human being, it shouldn't really be that much of a concern.
Exactly. And so, but anyway, so my kids are hooligans and embarrassing, and I love them.
Well, have you thought about putting them in the fast track program?
The fast track program?
Yeah, take them to the woods, give them a granola bar, and say, I'll pick you up tomorrow morning.
I have a feeling my kids wouldn't survive. I wouldn't find them again. They'd like wander off trying to figure out what to do. It'd be like if I put my dog in the middle of the forest. Like, my dog just would not survive. Like, my dog would just start wandering until they found a water source. I mean, I guess they'd survive.
That's surviving, right there, number one.
I guess they'd survive, water. But for food, I don't know if
it's one day. They have a granola bar.
I get it, but if they start wandering, then one day doesn't just turn into one day, right?
Well, you put a little GPS tracker on them, and you're good to go.
Oh, okay. So I'm actually okay. It's not like all by yourself. I get it.
Well, you leave them there. You just know where they go.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Maybe I do that.
I got all the answers, bud. All of the answers.
So yeah, I think we just extended parenting with Jonny for a little bit more.
Any other problems you need me to solve for you there, bud?
Not parenting related, but I did want to touch on the ham horn thing.
All right, let's go. You looked it up?
Well, I sent a group text, and neither one of you said anything. It was a video, a screenshot of that I did, and I went into the ham horn app, which I assume is the same one that you have.
Oh, I saw that you sent a video, and I meant to look at it.
Yeah, and you didn't.
Yeah, my bad.
So the app is called Ham Horn.
Yep.
But then when you open up the app, the name of the horn that you're talking about, this one, says I don't know if you can see that.
Nope.
Probably not.
Rap air horn.
It says rap air horn at the top, right?
Yeah. Are there any other horns in that app that's called ham horn?
There is. But listen, this is what it sounds like. Hey guys, let's take a second to talk about our sponsor for today, Audible. Head over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get your free 30-day trial and a free audiobook. The book that we are going to recommend for the month of February is, drumroll, Napalm and Silly Putty by George Carlin. This is a throwback. It was released back in 2011. Obviously, George has left this planet. He's been gone for a bit. So this is a good throwback one. It's narrated actually by George Carlin as well. Something to definitely check out, look into. If you don't know about George Carlin, then where have you been? George Carlin is one of the best comedians of all time. Highly recommend looking into this one. Again, that is Napalm and Silly Putty by George Carlin. It is 2 hours and 28 minutes long, so it's a little bit shorter, but it's still really, really good. So if you like what you hear from me, then get that. If you want to find something else, totally cool. They have over 180,000 different titles for you to find something, anything that you can relate to. And we hope that you enjoy. Thanks, Audible. And let's get back to the podcast.
No, you're wrong.
So the app is called Hamhorn, and I think you just based this all around an app. Is that what happened, Johnny?
No, everyone knows it's called the fucking ham horn.
Does everybody know that, Johnny?
Yes, Zach, you're the only one disputing this.
Me and Joe both disputed it.
Joe doesn't know shit. He sucks at ping pong.
You know what I gotta say
He's
about
a
Joe?
decent gardener at best. That's it.
Oh fuck. That's shots, dude. Shots fired. Here's what I have to say about Joe and his ping pong.
Oh my god, I didn't know there were so many options on this thing.
Oh shit, dude. And then this is what Joe sounded like as he was diving for a ping pong during the match.
Oh, yep. Yeah, we have the same app. I like it, and that is exactly what he sounded like. And for the record, he did hit my wall, but his wrists are too weak. He couldn't even puncture the drywall.
Oh, a little flimsy. Dude, he's got osteoporosis. How rude of you, dude.
Well, you know, I don't discriminate.
He's brittle. He's got brittle bone syndrome, dude.
Well, you know, we all have our downsides, okay?
Isn't there there's an actual disease, and I'm trying to remember what it's called. Angelman's or something like that?
I have no idea what it's called, but that sounds absolutely miserable.
Where you have to be careful of what you do, because at any point in time you could just shatter a bone. God, that'd be awful, dude. Even just like shifting in bed and stuff.
Yeah, that would be really shitty. I'm really glad I don't have to deal with that. What's the other one where there's like it's like something like that, but it's for skin, and you
tension. It's like any kind of tension forms blisters or something like that.
Your skin is really can be either really stretchy or really paper thin, and it tears. So it's like loose and tears, and yeah. Humans are fucked. Yeah,
basically. I've also seen scenarios where your body becomes allergic to water. Have you ever seen this?
So you're allergic to yourself?
Pretty much, and you can form blisters on your skin just from being allergic to water, which is
really
in
fucking
around you.
Sucks.
Yeah, so you can't shower, it's all dry deodorants and stuff like that, you know.
Oh my god! I mean, I don't even wear deodorant, so whatever.
You don't?
I use crystals.
You go a la mode? Oh, you just rub some sapphire on your armpits and stuff
that's
like
what
that?
all the cool kids are doing, right?
Rubies and sapphires and...
Yep, it's all about crystal therapy for me, baby. You know?
Crystal therapy. All right. Nope, I stick to the old Dove for men.
I went through a phase for a while where I was wearing women's deodorant just because I liked the way it smelled.
Sure.
I think
nice and flowery.
Yeah, or fruity. You know, I want to smell like peaches or strawberries or kiwi.
Yeah, why the fuck not? I mean, you're already bleaching your asshole. You might as well go ahead and just put You might as well just go ahead and put on the ladies' deodorant, dude.
Yeah. Hey, man, don't be knocking it. It's tough enough for a man, but made for a woman. Okay.
All right, bro. You know, I'm not judging.
I just saying, like, how come guys' deodorant is like Mountain Rush and what are some of the other weird ones? Old Spice has all weird names.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking.
What the fuck does Pure Sport smell like?
Matterhorn.
Yeah.
One of them is called Matterhorn.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but you look at a woman's deodorant and it's like peach or strawberry. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
I understand what that smells like, and I enjoy that.
Like angel fart, like
Yeah, even that. I'm okay. Hook me up. I'll rub some angel fart all over the place.
What a ridiculous sentence, dude. Do you even hear yourself when you said that?
No, I just say shit, man. I just let it go, This is my 1 hour a week where I say just about anything with very minor filter. I do filter myself occasionally.
Sure.
But speaking of saying things, did you listen to the podcast, the up and coming podcast that I was on?
I have not.
Wow.
I did. Well, number one, I don't think you might have said the name of the podcast, but I haven't got it in my list yet.
It's been all over my social media. Speaking of, we should do some reposts with Jumbled to feature it, to give Zach
Absolutely.
and Up and Coming a shout out. It was a really fun experience, and I think I did okay. Having a camera guy added an extra layer of nerves. But I eventually settled down and shared some deep, dark Jonny secrets. So there you go.
There you go, man.
Yep. You should cue that bad boy up.
All right.
But to all of our listeners, you should check out ZachClassin.com and the Up and Coming podcast, Up and Coming on all the social medias.
It's UC Pod on Instagram.
UC
actually.
Pod, yeah. And you can see my big dumb head on the YouTube channel and see the video where I do some dancing and talk with my hands and shit. So it's pretty good.
There we go. We definitely follow the Up and Coming podcast. We'll have more on that on our social media here soon. Man, I like that setup, dude.
It's a sick setup, and his condo is pretty tight. Has an awesome view.
Yeah, dude, I see that. It's fucking badass.
Some nice natural light. Had a bunch of coffee. You can tell because I was talking a million miles a minute. And I got to stare at the lovely, lovely allure of the golden arches out of the corner of my eye, just taunting me the entire time I was there.
You're like, God damn you, Ronald.
Yep, he's everywhere.
He is everywhere, dude.
God bless him.
Have you ever seen like international Ronald McDonald?
What do you like, the clown? There's an international version of him?
Ronald McDonald, but like from like people dressing up like him in other countries.
No, that sounds terrifying, and I don't know if I want to ruin McDonald's for me.
You definitely should look it up.
You know what I would really like for someone to do? There should be a comic book about McDonald's lore, like Hamburglar and Ronald, and what's the purple guy's name?
I am severely disappointed in you because you should know that it's Grimace.
Grimace, that's right. The purple tongue. I think
Yes.
I did a fact checking about that. Have you seen the YouTube parody videos of Ronald McDonald, where he's just like a raging alcoholic?
No, but I feel like I need to
Oh
see
my
this.
god, I'm gonna send them to you, and you're going to fucking die. I love those videos. It's like a New Zealand sketch group that makes them, and it's Ronald McDonald is insane. And does a lot of drugs and does a lot of fucked up shit, and just yells,
Like-
"Let's get this fucking party started!"
Like paying its workers $7.25 an hour. How fucked up is that?
Not in Canada, buddy. $14 an hour where I'm at.
Eh?
Minimum wage here, $14 an hour.
Oh shit. Well, that's why in America they've started phasing out the counter, like the people taking the orders, they just have like little kiosks.
They do that. They do that here too. Part of it is to combat the minimum wage, so they spend more money on a robot. And congrats, you are now entitled to $14 an hour, but you don't have any jobs. So
yeah,
which is why I make the conscious effort to always go to a human when I'm at a grocery store. Never use the self-checkout. When I'm at McDonald's, I don't use the machine. Although I've had some really bad luck recently with McDonald's fucking up my order, and I'm all for a livable wage, don't get me wrong, but if you're getting paid $14 an hour, don't fucking forget one of my hamburgers, even if I order 10 of them, okay?
Yeah, that's like $10 an hour less than what I'm making.
I had this moment on the weekend where I ordered McDonald's, and I didn't even order a crazy order. I got Ali's regular order, which is just a Big Mac meal. And then I got an Angus burger and a McDouble, supersized, and I waited in the drive-thru, and then they only had one window running, which pissed me off already as it is. And then they made me wait in the stupid waiting zone because apparently my order was too big and they needed time to prepare it. So I sat there for 6 minutes. And then
it's usually the French fries, is what they say.
Yeah, whatever. Don't care. Sat there for 6 minutes, maybe 10, and then they bring my order out, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to start pulling away. And then I just had my McDonald's sense was tingling, and I kind of gave it the old and then said, I don't smell a McDouble in this car right now. So then I opened the bag, and they only gave me 2 out of the 3 fucking burgers that I ordered. And I was so pissed. I just walked into the staff door, and they were like, you can't be here. And I was like, I'll be here until you give me my fucking burger that I paid for. You punk-ass kid.
You're like, fucking make me. Give me my goddamn McDouble.
And it was just fucking sitting on the rack. Like the snot-nosed kid who's fucking looking at my receipt was like, oh, I need a Big Mac. Here's a Big Mac. Oh, I need an Angus burger. Here's an Angus burger. Oh, there's a McDouble sitting here that says for John. I'll deal with that later. Like, what the fuck are you doing, kid? Take my McDonald's seriously. I was hungry and real excited.
Mm-hmm.
He just
and
fucked my whole shit up.
Obviously hangry as well.
Yes, I'm very passionate about McDonald's, Zach. You know this.
I know, dude. I just got McDonald's tonight. That was actually my dinner.
Oh, you fat fuck.
It was delicious, dude. I have no regrets about my McDonald's tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Do you even own a scale? You are getting on the fucking scale.
Right now?
Right after right now. Get on it. It better not be on carpet because that gives you a false reading.
Just wait. All right.
Okay.
Fill some dead space here.
All right.
Talk shit or something.
Pausing the podcast as Zach figures out how to use a scale for the first time. Hopefully it's rated extra large for his McDonald's. Jesus Christ. Zach just got up out of his chair, and I shit you not, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24 boxes of cookies. Yeah, I see your scale, Zach. Good job. It's not even turned on. There's at least 24 boxes of Girl Guide cookies, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Number one, those Girl Scout cookies are old as shit, and I haven't touched them.
Yeah, you're still going to eat them, aren't you?
No, I'm going to throw them out as soon as I can.
You are trying to lose weight, and you're sitting on a fucking gold mine of cookies.
All right, hold on. Here's what I'm sitting at right now.
All right. It's not on carpet, correct?
It's on tile.
Okay.
And I'm actually down weight, at least so far.
Well, it doesn't count.
First one is 218. Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing it again. Yep, 218.6.
218.6. All right, it's official. We're doing a weekly check-in.
There we go.
You heard it here, Jumbled. 218.6.
I'll leave my scale right there, dude.
He's a lean, mean racing sardine.
There we go, dude. There we go. I think I had something else I wanted to touch on. Oh, hey. Congratulations to your Patriots, dude.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about the great punting contest that we saw last night.
It was the worst Super Bowl I've ever watched in my entire life.
All around, the worst Super Bowl, including the halftime show, which was absolutely garbage.
Yeah, and that's saying something because I actually do like Maroon 5. I just didn't like. It seemed like they're just trying.
Okay,
too
let's
hard.
be honest. What's the deal with Adam Levine's tattoos?
I don't know, but I don't like how he. I don't like how he was able to expose his nipples and
Yeah.
he didn't catch shit for it. But Janet Jackson
Had a wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah.
Goddamn Nipplegate. I want investigations to come back. Yeah. So that is, some serious bullshit. One hand. The other hand, why the fuck does Adam Levine have a bunch of like wannabe gangster old school tattoos? Do you know that his dad is worth $7 billion?
I didn't.
Yeah.
What does his dad do?
Owns like a bunch of business. No, wait. His uncle is worth $7 billion and his dad is like a billionaire or something crazy, stupid. So he has this like, oh, I started this band and we worked really hard. It's like, bullshit. Your uncle like bought a record label for you.
I mean, that's true. But he's also fairly talented though.
No, he can sing great. He paid a bunch of people to write music for him. Not great.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Man, I'm going to go on a limb right now. I'm going to go on a limb right now and say Beyonce is also not talented. You know who's talented? Lady fucking Gaga. You know who's not talented?
Dude,
Beyonce Knowles.
I'm not disagreeing with the talent as far as like writing goes. If we're talking about like pure like, there are two different parts. There are two different things for writing, right? And then sometimes you get people that are talented at both creating the music and writing the music, right? Like a Freddie Mercury who did both.
Yeah, brilliant musician.
Brilliant. But
what does Beyonce Knowles bring to the music industry other than singing the same, 4 lines in the same fucking pitch the entire song that she didn't even write? She couldn't even write those 4 lines.
I mean, if you listen to some of the older Destiny's Child stuff,
I don't think you're ready for this jelly.
Listen.
Ooh, great. Real deep. Real emotional writing there.
I didn't say all of it. I said some of it. Mm-hmm. There's some like ballads and stuff like where they did the that Bee Gees song. It's just emotion taking me over.
So their best song is one that they ripped off from the Bee Gees.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, dude, but what I'm getting at is she does have vocal talent. Like she's an okay really good
singer.
Sure. No, I wouldn't even say an okay singer.
She's hot and she can shake her ass and she's daring to wear crazy outfits. Congratulations. You know why none of the other of the Destiny's Childs made it famous? Because Beyonce was the hot one.
We're gonna be losing so many people. You're so opinionated on Beyonce's talent.
I don't like where the music industry is going. Okay, it sucks.
I'm with you. They're definitely pandering a whole lot.
I don't like pandering. Okay.
I got you, dude. I'm with you, dude. I'm just saying. We are definitely vocalizing a lot of stuff here that
I take full credit. My opinions of Beyonce's music talent levels do not reflect the views of Jumbled or Zach. You can send all hate mail to johnny.jumbled@gmail.com.
I'm not even like
happily take it.
Yeah. I'm not even fully disagreeing. Like, I know that she's like Beyonce's not like nobody's a good writer nowadays. Like there's some people.
Lady Gaga's a good writer.
I mean, Lady Gaga. Okay, but for the most part, most of the industry right now are just people who can sing in some way, shape, or form. Then you have people like I'll tell you who's talented.
Post Malone.
I'll tell you who's also talented. Hozier.
I don't even know who that is. So they must be talented because they're not super famous.
Yeah. You've heard that song, "Take Me to Church." Da, 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 da,
yeah.
Da,
that's their only good song though.
No, it's not. It's not their only good song. I mean, it's their only well-known song.
That's fair. That song I do enjoy. I do enjoy that song.
Yeah, but if you
listen, know, man.
I know it's all sort of all over the place. Anyway,
our generation is right fucked.
Right. So the halftime show wasn't great.
No, it was so boring.
But I'll tell you what I did like. And it was the NFL honors. Did you see that or see clips of it or anything?
What do you mean?
It's where they like have like it's like an award show where they give like the MVP out.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I came home after.
Yeah,
I saw that Edelman got MVP, which was good because he's the only one in that entire fucking game that did anything.
No, well, I'm talking about like the league MVP.
Oh,
and
I
all that
definitely
stuff.
don't watch that shit.
Yeah, so there was Steve Harvey hosted it.
Oh, great!
And dude, you have to watch his monologue. It's like 15 minutes of just gold.
Really? All right, I'll look into it.
It's really funny, and you'll at least like the opening monologue. You don't have to watch anything else, but just watch that. He clowns on everybody.
Okay, so, I'm down with clowning. But yeah, we did get to see history in the making with the longest punt ever
in the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I seriously was. I mean, I was happy that the Pats won, but that. You know what saved that game for me is I went to a buddy's house and he loves hosting football. He loves football and he's a great host and he set up a bunch of games. One of them was Super Bowl bingo, and it was based on things that happened, either certain commercials you had to see or plays or whatever. And that was the fucking saving grace of this Super Bowl was that we were playing bingo and then he had this other cool game and he had prizes. He's such a good host. But once bingo was done, people just checked out of that game. And I tried so hard to watch it. And I love football and having played football. And I really watch positional football more than I think the average person just watches like the whole game. Like I love watching centers play. Or I love watching, what it's a linebacker doing.
That's something I've started doing more. I used to be like...
Just watch the ball.
Yeah, watch the ball or like watch purely offense. And I've since like... As I've gotten older, I'm like focused more on like what's the defense doing and how are they fooling. Like there was the Patriots did like a fake rush and it was brilliant. Like they had one of their safeties sort of pull up like he was gonna rush, and at the last minute he pulled off.
Yeah,
but it was enough to make one of the linemen pull off to cover him, and it created an opening for another person to rush through. And it's just like that's the level of stuff where I can really I'm looking
that's
for
awesome.
and I appreciate a lot more.
What real question here? How do you feel about the weird open mouth kiss with Tom Brady and I forgot the guy's name, the owner of the Patriots?
I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, they straight up kissed, and there was definitely some lip over lip action. And I know Tom Brady's a kisser, and you know what? That's cool. I mean, he kisses, his kids on the lips, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but maybe it's socially weird at a certain age, especially if it's, a boy. But it's good to show affection to your kids, and I'm not saying that's bad, but I mean, it was a pretty significant plant on an old dude, and I get it, you won the Super Bowl, but like even that's got to be boring for Tom Brady at this point. Like,
yeah,
you go to the Super Bowl 9 times and you've won 6.
Yeah. I mean, you're running 66% right now on your Super Bowl wins, which is pretty damn good.
He's won more Super Bowls than some teams have ever been there.
Yeah, I saw that. The Steelers, fucking Cowboys.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And like this whole kissing thing it weirded me out a little bit. If it's your family, sure.
Yeah.
But like I would never kiss my sisters on the lips.
No, and I even feel sort of weird giving other women like cheek kisses.
Oh yeah, that doesn't bother me. I mean, it's her thing, it's her thing,
No, I know, but
we know you're a prude, Zach. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't even look at my wife in the eyes whenever.
I know you guys sleep in separate rooms.
Yeah. Something funny about my wife, real quick. So she's been sort of campaigning for a local city councilman, whatever.
Cool.
or somebody that's hopefully going to be getting that. And so she's sort of going out and canvassing and trying to get, people to vote for him.
Yeah.
And she went in to talk to this one person, and out of nowhere, this another city worker, his name's Eric. He came out of nowhere, and he started not arguing with her, but you know how sometimes people enter a conversation with a preconceived notion of how people are going to approach it. First of all, my wife is not somebody to fuck around with.
Definitely not. She stands her ground.
Stands her ground. Super smart woman, prepared.
She's ready. She's ready to go.
She has prepared every single situation.
She is the yin to your yang. That's for sure.
Yes. Yep. And so she's not the one to fuck with. But so he comes in hot, and he's grilling her and asking her all these questions, whatever, and she's got an answer for all of it. And then towards the end, he's starting to realize, that she's not
a pushover.
She's not.
She knows her shit.
Right. So he starts backing down, and he tries to bring everything back to trying to be all sort of buddy or whatever. And so she calls me right afterwards, and she's venting about it, and she's like, and this motherfucker Eric, he's coming in hot. And then at the end of the conversation, she's like, I was like, bet you really wish you could just fuck him over, right? Find some way to screw him over or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, not only do I, and she misspoke, she's like, not only do I want to fuck him. And then there was this weird long pregnant pause.
Oh,
where she intended? Realized no. Where she realized that she had misspoke, but she didn't know if I caught it. She didn't know if there was some weird cellular thing that was happening. And then I was like,
oh yeah?
I was like, what'd you say? And she's like, yeah, I didn't mean to say it like that. It came out. So now I've been throwing Eric into some random conversations.
The old Freudian slip, eh?
When we're making couples
love
decisions. Well, yeah, but when we're making couples decisions and stuff, and I'm like, oh, well, we should really, probably also include Eric on this.
Yeah, let's consult Eric on that to make sure.
So it's right now we're doing a hashtag Eric movement around our house. He's my wife.
I'm excited for my nightly conversation with Stephanie. I'll make sure to bring up Eric.
Oh, your nightly conversation.
I said her name. I'm sorry. You should bleep that.
It's okay. Well, maybe. I think I've actually said it. I've probably said it before, but I'll bleep it anyway. I'll try to. I don't know what timestamp is. 57 minutes.
57.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, before I fuck up more, let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Let's do it. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, my wife wanted me to make sure I slipped the word taint into this podcast at some point. So I wanted to, well, number one, I just said it, but I also wanted to say that my wife wants to lick Eric's taint.
Ooh, baby, the taint. Well, you won't let her lick yours, so she's got to find it somewhere.
Oh, you don't know, dude. I'm freaky, dude.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes I do it doggy style. Can you believe that?
Oh my god. Are you top or bottom in that?
Both.
Oh, there you go. I'm so proud of you.
Moving on, guys. We're gonna finish it off. Johnny, good to see you, bud.
You too.
Good luck on your competition this weekend.
Thanks, man.
You're gonna kill it. Next week, you're gonna be in a wheelchair, and we'll see what happens.
I'll be podcasting permanently. Perfect.
Sounds good. Guys, if you want to check us out on social media, just look for Jumbled Podcast. Anywhere and everywhere that you can, you'll find us. We're there. And if you want to send emails to me or Johnny, that'd be jumbledpodcast@gmail.com for me. And pinkfurrynipples@gmail.com for Johnny. No, johnny.jumbled@gmail.com for Johnny. And then if you want to take advantage of our sponsor, you should go over to audibletrial.com/jumbled and get that free 30-day trial, because we're nice to you and they're nice to you and everybody likes audiobooks. And if you want to get us an address, go over to patreon.com/jumbled and donate to that tier.
And remember, the highest Patreon gets to name Ham Hornet.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm willing to bet that if you got us an address, that's a $500 tier. I'm willing to bet that you're probably
tempted. I'm real tempted to make that happen. I might actually text Joe's wife just to confirm that it is true.
Yeah, it's probably not.
I might send her on a rampage and say, "Yo, I don't know if Joe talked to you about this, but on episode 100, he said that the top Patreon could name your guys' kid, and we've had a lot of inquiries, so legally we're obligated to follow through with that."
God, can you imagine, dude? So they'd have to jump through the hoop of like officially naming the baby Ham Hornet, and then
that's what I'm going to name it, because I'm ready to pull the trigger.
And then they would have to like get like legal name change stuff like directly afterwards. Like it's got to be on the birth certificate where it says Ham Hornet, and then they have to go through the process of changing the name after.
Here's how this is going to work out. This is how my vision is. I'm going to make the donation on Patreon, and then I'm going to take that money and buy myself a new mic, and I still get to name the baby. It's a win-win-win-win.
There you go. And I like how you justify spending money on a new mic by giving it to yourself on Patreon.
I'll be like, Al, we got a donation on Patreon. I got a new mic.
Love it, dude. But anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening, and make sure to check back next week for another episode of Jumbled, your favorite podcast
about love triangles.
Ooh. Hashtag Eric. Everybody hashtag it up. See ya. Recording.
Oh, I was supposed to push record?
You son of... I know you're doing it, too.
I
know you...
I'm recording.
Yeah, I knew you were.
Don't you worry, you pretty little head.
I have become privy to your little jokes, your little podcast jokes. I get it. I know what you're doing.
I get it. I know what you're doing.
Is this going to be another Zach, your fucking mock Zach hour, dude? But to be fair, you didn't get it in last week. I mocked myself.
I was well behaved last week.
Yeah, I think you sort of fed Joe a little bit.
I'm a little fire starter. A fire starter.
Prodigy, dude. Love it. All right. Yeah, let's just fucking roll, dude.
All right, let's do it.
There it is. All right, hold on. One more stupid human trick for you.
I don't understand that.
That's my ear.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just don't understand it.
Finger fits perfectly into my ear, and then it's a pressure. It's an air pressure.
Yeah, it would also fit really well into your butthole then, because I heard your ear is roughly the same circumference as your butthole.
Is that true? So what size things are you sticking in your ear nowadays? Oh, fuck. Okay.
Okay, we need to go before we ruin all the good one-liners.
I know.